One sign that we are making moral, that is human progress in life, is that we are demonizing other people at least a little bit less. Why might that be? We say that the default state, it seems, that we have as people is to allow into our self concept good things and to expel out of our self concept bad things. Why? Well, because bad things don't make us feel good. They offend our pride. They may call us to change something in our life. They're uncomfortable. They're painful. So it makes sense that I do not want to see the issues that I have, the real issues, the real deep flaws of character that I have, the essential self centeredness and selfishness that I have. I'm not interested in seeing that one bit, but it's still there, and I'm still aware of it on some level. It's a part of me. So, what I then do is I take those elements, I throw them out into somebody else, into the concepts of other people that I have. And we say that whereas there are some extreme, what's the word, misanthropes maybe, people that hate humanity, that say, I'm the only good one, literally me, myself, and all other people are very bad. That's definitely an outlier. The normal thing here would be to at least include some other people into our circle of good people and save those elements for others. So, for instance, it could be that the good people are a few of my pals, people that are essentially like me, people that look like me enough if that's what I value, people that subscribe to the same ideas as I do, and everybody else, or at least those that are against me, they're the bad ones. And it could be that a particular person triggers me. I dislike somebody, and in short order, that person becomes the vessel within which I try to stuff all of my inner evil. You disrespected me, you intimidate me, you make me self conscious. Very quickly, I form a concept of you, which is all bad, right? Which is all dark, no good whatsoever. It could be, again, that I take a whole group of people and I use them as that empty vessel within which I can shove all of my nonsense into. So the issue with that, however, should be obvious, which is that if I deny that I have some or another fault or problem, I cannot improve it. Right? And we see if somebody, let's say, has an addiction to a substance and yet denies that he or she has it, improvement is not forthcoming. The first step, obviously, always is acknowledgement, is awareness. If I have a stain on my shirt and I deny it and say that I don't, I won't change my shirt or I won't clean it, at least for that reason and at least consciously. So I have to acknowledge something, I have to be aware of it, and then I can address it. So when I deny that I myself am just what I see in other people, I cannot improve because what is there to improve? I'm already essentially good. I'm already mostly perfect. It is truly fascinating, in fact, to see this phenomenon at play. The more problematic that I am, the more likely I am to view other people as extremely problematic. The more narcissistic that I am, the more likely that I am to perceive everybody around me or a lot of people around me as narcissists. The more selfish that I am, the more likely I am to see other people as selfish, and so forth. And that as well makes sense because where else can I draw the material out of which I shall mold my concepts of other people but from myself? Somebody, for example, that has never tasted, say, saltiness or sweetness does not really know what that's like. If he or she is asked to imagine saltiness or sweetness, he or she can't do it. I don't really know what that is. So just so if I myself have no narcissism to me, have no self-centeredness, selfishness, and so forth to me. I don't even know what that is. Never mind would I then be unable to intuitively and immediately see it in everybody else around me. The fact that I do intuitively and immediately see all of these faults and all of these problems with him, her, and the other is a sure sign that that is within me. Only by years of psychological study and observation could I make out dimly some of these faults in others if I did not have them in me. So, for example, if personally I have a naturally very calm temperament and I've never really experienced anger, how in the world do I know what anger is except by its external signs? Oh, anger must be when that person is throwing something or giving me the finger on the road. But I don't really know from the first hand point of view what that is. I mean, I would have to study it. I would have to interview people, maybe read textbooks about it. But if immediately I say, "Oh, that person is angry, they're enraged," and I know exactly what that feels like, well, it's because it's from me. We get the idea. So that I see all these faults and problems and all others, it's because it is in me, first and foremost. So again, at this stage, first and foremost, I take all these problems that are in me and I see them in everybody else around me. I create these concepts that are all dark, that are all bad. I demonize individuals and or groups. Myself, I'm part of the light. I'm good. There's no essential problems with me. That demands, should we say, that demands that I remain immature, that I remain morally inadequate and underdeveloped, and that I never really consolidate the different parts of myself and become a real person. So that would be why a sign of moral progress is that I'm doing that less, not because of a self concept. Oh, I'm very sympathetic. I have sympathy for the killers and the robbers. Let's hear their story. Not because of some additional self concept, but because I am seeing everything that before I saw out there with you guys in myself. And once I'm doing that, I see, wow, it's a big project just to fix one person, that being myself. Before I worry about fixing the world, before I worry about changing everybody else, why don't I start with one single individual, that being me? That indeed is so much work that I then don't really have time to worry so much about who else is bad besides me. Surely there are other people that are just like me with their problems and their issues. Some of them the same, some of them different. But I'm a big enough problem for myself. Before I wasn't because only you guys were the problem. Now I am. I see that in me. But now, however, I can progress. I can improve ethically. And therefore, in that process of so improving, less and less shall I see and viscerally feel and react to and be triggered by the bad traits of others. Now I can tolerate the fact that other people are self-centered and selfish. I saw that in me. I tried to improve it a little bit, and now I can be a little bit more at peace with your faults, whereas before I would have gone crazy. So, in short summary, normally we eject, meaning throw out, all of the negative elements of our own individuality, our selfishness, our self centeredness, our narcissism, our greed, our aggression, our hatred, and so forth. We eject it out of ourselves and into the concepts that we have of individuals and or groups. He's bad, she's bad, that group over there is bad. If, however, we want to make any real human progress in life, we need to cut that out and instead see the problems with one's own self first and foremost. Therefore, if I do that, it follows that I will demonize others less. I don't have the time or energy or emotional incentive to do that. And I will, however, make moral progress, make human progress. And that is obviously the best thing for myself and for any and all others that I come into contact with. So we can consider it. Thank you for listening.